Humans go to hell, but hell was not created for humans. That I'm going to share with you my perspective on what exactly hell is and why it even exists. To understand hell, you really got to understand the beginning of time. In the beginning, God created the heavens and then the earth. And when God created the heavens, he also created all the heavenly bodies, or the angels. See, all the spirits were created before the earth was even created. And since God existed before anything that was created, it would mean that God himself created the idea of creating, which means that God would have to be outside of creation. He also created the idea of progress or time, and that would put him outside of time as well. See, the Bible says that to God, one day is as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is as one day to God. See, God is so outside the reality of time and the reality of this entire video game that we call life. He is not tethered to time. Time, in effect, isn't a reality to God. And the angels of heaven also existed outside of time in the beginning with God as well. To better understand this concept of existing outside of time, imagine being born and being able to rewind your time and existence and observe everything since before you were born. And also fast forward your existence all the way till after you died and still be able to perceive everything. Any decision you were to make, you would automatically know the outcome. Would I want to eat that hamburger? Fast forward time, oh, I'm going to feel sick. Rewind time, I'm not going to eat that hamburger. See, outside of time, you would be able to make perfect decisions because you would know the consequence and the feeling of every decision that you made. So when God created the heavens, this was outside of time. And all of the beings lived, in a sense, this timeless perfection of decision-making existence. That was the realm where Satan thought he could be God. He thought he could be like the Most High. And Satan looked throughout all of time, and he thought, what would happen if I just went against God, the creator of everything? Like, sure, he's good and he's God and he takes care of me, but what if I decided to do my own thing and go against him and maybe hurt him? Maybe I want to be like God, Satan thought. And what would happen to me? Oh, I mean, the worst that could happen is he would just uncreate me. So what's the point? I'll go against him. But Satan was delusional from his own pride, and he thought he knew everything. He thought that he could actually be like God. Little did he know that God had the ability to break the reality that Satan even knew. And when Satan infinitely chose to go against God, in his infinite knowledge and understanding, God then created another realm called hell. And instantly, Satan and the ones that followed him were in hell. And it's my belief that Satan said to God, we didn't know. We didn't know, Lord. Of course we would have never denounced you if we had known this place called hell. This isn't fair. This isn't fair that you created hell. And God said, no, it is fair. You looked throughout all time and space. You thought you knew everything, but you didn't know all of the mysteries. And you assumed that you could go against me, and you thought the only thing I could do was uncreate you and make you cease to exist? No. You wicked, infinitely wicked beings. You infinitely deny me? You will infinitely live in a realm called hell to remind you of that choice. And you think the punishment you got is not fair because you didn't know? Well, it's not about what you know. It's about your heart. And you beings are wicked through and through. And in fact, I'm going to create a race of beings called humans. And they're going to be born knowing nothing, and they're going to die knowing nothing. You're going to see that they still choose me, even though they don't know. And since you, Satan, claim that it's not fair because you never knew, these beings, these humans, will know nothing, and you will see that they still choose me as a testimony to your statement that you never knew. And I will show you that it's not about what you know. It's about your heart. And see, I believe this is why the Bible says that we will judge the angels. And then God took infinity and he stretched out a point and he created this thing called time. And he made the earth and he put the earth in time. And this is the realm in which we live. And any being that's in this realm perceives time, which is really just the slow motion effect or progress of infinity. You see, yesterday you didn't know, but now you know. See, knowledge and knowing and understanding is a construct that is tied to time always. And in an infinity state realm, you would know everything always. And see, only God is the only being that can still perceive this time realm while simultaneously perceiving everything outside of time. And that's why future event perception, like prophecy, is a definitive characteristic of God. And anybody else trying to do that is a counterfeit, because only God sees outside of time and in time simultaneously. So God created time for you to not know, so that you could make the choice to honor God of your heart and not a choice of knowledge. But by giving us the ability to perceive time and now not know, it also makes us subject to mistakes and imperfections, which is why God gives us forgiveness, but he does not give the forgiveness to Satan and his angels, who knew everything yet denied God, because they made their decision outside of time. And see, Satan said, since you, God, created this other realm called time, we would like to all live there rather than in this infinity state of hell. We'd rather go to this new realm governed by time. Let us exist there as well. And God said, you're right. I am fair and I am just. You may exist within the realm of time. And all of the demons came into earth. This is why Satan is called the ruler of this world. All of the demons, all of Satan and his angels came to earth to escape hell, because outside of the time realm, that is their place. See, this is why Satan's not in hell right now. You ask the question, why would God not just throw Satan in hell and be done with all these problems? Well, it's because of God's just fairness that he even allows Satan to exist within this realm of time. Even after Satan has tried to hurt God, he still allows him to exist. He allows all of his creation and creatures to exist within this realm, because he is fair and he is just. And so Satan became so jealous and so angry at the humans, because we are a reminder to him and his impending punishment that will come to him at the end of time. And so Satan wanted to mess it up for the humans. And he said to God, you know, your precious humans, God, that you love, I'll make them dishonor you like we did. And then guess what? You're so fair and just, you'll have to give them the punishment of hell, just like you gave us. So Satan tricked the humans to go against God, to do the one thing God said not to do. Then Satan, the accuser of the brethren, went to God and said, Lord, your precious humans disobeyed you like us. Now you have to give them hell too. And God said, you're right. I'm fair and I'm just. Humans, you have to go there. It's only fair. But I will give you an opportunity through forgiveness to not go there. And I'll do that for you humans because you're governed by time. Hence the decisions you make, you do not know. This is why the Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. And forgiveness was through the sacrifice. And then eventually the ultimate sacrifice, which was Jesus. And all you had to do is say, Lord, I accept your forgiveness. See, the Bible says it is God's will that none of you perish. See, God just wants you simply to say, Lord, I accept your sacrifice. Forgive me. And God's arms are open to you. All he wants you to do is accept the sacrifice so that Satan cannot accuse you and drag you into hell with him. God's not sitting here condemning people to hell. Satan is taking the keys of your life and taking you with him. And all God is doing is saying, take my forgiveness. You don't have to go to hell. Just take it. Take it. And that's why hell exists.